Hey house guests, welcome to today's Celebrity Big Brother 2 updates and spoilers. Our house guests of the day are Laura Ribicki, Lena Sheputnik, and Lenora Gray, and Linda Ford. Thank you all so much for the support. We really appreciate it, and we would not be able to do this without you. And I also wanted to thank everyone who left such kind comments and Instagram messages and tweets and everything about our flashy. I'm gonna try not to cry today, so I'm not gonna get into it, but it really, really meant a lot to us. So, when we left off yesterday, Tom won the veto, and he still really wants Ricky out. He's got all the power now, so is he gonna use the veto, or is he gonna leave the nominations the same? I don't know. Well, I do know, but I'm gonna pretend I don't know until the end of this video. So Tom was talking to himself slash the camera in the train lounge, and he thinks he still might be able to make some deals to guarantee his safety going into the next cycle. I usually call it week, but because the weeks are so short on this season, like the weeks are so short, what do we even call it? Like the next cycle, I guess the next eviction. He's trying to make some deals so he'll be safe for that. But I feel like there's no way that they would actually honor those deals. Like the trio, no way. You can make all the deals that you want, but at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, they're going to go after you. So he really wants Ricky to go, but he knows that a lot of people really think that Natalie should be leaving this week. Like his allies, Dina and Candy both really want Natalie out. I'm pretty sure Tamar wants Natalie out. So he's thinking about shaking things up a little bit. Maybe using the power veto on Natalie and putting up Lolo to make sure that Ricky goes. This seems like a horrible idea. I have a sneaking suspicion that Lolo would go nuclear and potentially become the target because she'd be like, oh my god, he's backdooring me, this was the plan all along, blah, 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 blah. So I don't see that ending well. And I doubt that Natalie would honor any deal with Tom for the next eviction, which is tomorrow because it's a double eviction. So he really doesn't want this vote to be split. He doesn't want to have to split a tie and send Ricky home. He wants Ricky to go home unanimously. Not just because it's like, haha, everyone voted you out, but he wants to have some unity in the house and patch up some of the hurt feelings with people, and he thinks that a strong unanimous vote would help with that. So Tom really thinks that Ricky is super smart and running things on the other side of the house. So if he goes, Tom hopes that he can get back in with some people, maybe have some more influence that he wouldn't have had if Ricky was still there. So then Tom was in the kitchen with Candy and Dina, and Dina is like, all right, here's the deal. I will vote out Ricky this week like you want me to, but can you promise me that we will get Natalie out next? And Tom says, yes. Girl, that's up to you. Tom cannot compete in the next HOH competition, so you gotta win something and make it happen if you want to do that. So he says, I want you guys to know I am listening to you because we all have different perspectives, and let's be real, I've been wrong many times so far in this game, so I want to hear what you have to say. So I want to talk to you guys later. Let's meet up. If we get wine, let's talk before the wine. Dina. Okay, so then during this conversation, Tom did this like Gollum impression. He did it a few times yesterday, and I have to say, it did not sound like Gollum at all, but I did enjoy it for what it was. It did make me laugh out loud, which I really appreciated. So yeah, that was fun. But Tom really wants a week of fun. He's doing things like this because he just feels like things have changed and it's so like intense all the time, which I agree with. There was definitely a change, and it's just like it's gotten so nasty. So he's trying to keep things light. He wants to get rid of the negative people that stare others down, aka Ricky. He feels like Ricky just stares at him all day whenever they're in the same room. And he can't take it. It's really getting to him. So Candy's like, yeah, but let's have fun and also set ourselves up to potentially win this thing, right? So a little later, Tom and Candy are playing pool, and Tom tells Candy about his idea. He's like, all right, what if I save Natalie and put up somebody else to guarantee that Ricky goes? And Candy's like, that's not a good idea. And she says, it's going to bite you in the ass. Yeah. So she's like, you're letting your emotions control you. And Tom says, no, this is not emotional. Ricky is in charge on the other side. And they crowd around him like he's the Zen master of the house. Which is true. They do talk to him a lot and try to like get inspiration from him. So Tom says, well, I feel like you're not going to do what I want you to do. So I'm going to have to do something else to try and accomplish my goal here of getting rid of Ricky. So Candy says, you're tripping. I'm pretty sure that Candy would get rid of Ricky anyway, even though she wants Natalie out. I'm pretty sure she would do what Tom wants. So I don't know why Tom is so worried that Candy and Dina are not going to vote the way that he wants them to. So Tom is saying, well, there's some people that I know you would not vote to evict, meaning Tamar, because they're working on their relationship and everything. So Tom says we can do it that way, or we can make it easy. So he's implying that he might put Tamar up on the block so that Candy is forced to vote Ricky out, because she's not going to want to vote Tamar out. And Candy does not like that. She's like, that kind of sounds like a threat. I don't like where this is going. I don't like when you do that. These celebrities and their threats this season, right? So Tom says, it's not a threat. I would rather go home than spend one more day with someone, Ricky, staring at me all day. So he can't take it anymore. So he's like, please help me. I think he did the Gollum voice again at some point. And Candy was laughing at that. I want you guys to understand, this conversation was not like angry or anything. There was a little bit of tension when Candy felt like he was threatening her, but it was never like, bleh. It was still two allies talking, but having like a serious-ish conversation, but also laughing. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't a malicious conversation. So then Candy brings up a good point here. Tom cannot compete in the next HOH competition, so either she or Dina have to win this thing. And they feel like they have a way better chance competing against Ricky than Natalie. So they want her out of here. And Tom's like, I think I can convince the girls to work with us. No way. And Candy says, yeah, you're really overestimating your ability to influence people in here. Like, they are not fans of you right now. It's not going to happen. So then after the pool game, Candy talks to Tamar. Oh boy. She tells her about the conversation with Tom. She says, yeah, he's thinking about using the veto on Natalie. So Tamar immediately says, to put me up. I told you. Oh my god. So then Candy's like, to force me to vote out Ricky. So Tamar says, you know what? Vote me out. Tom is not going to dictate anything in my life. He's like a major asshole, and I warned you about him. Blah, blah, blah. Oh my god. This was one of the most epic feed switches ever. They switched from Tamar saying that Tom is a major asshole, and they went over to Tom sitting on the sky bridge just like chuckling to himself. So it was like perfect. I hope they show that on the show, but I don't know. So then later, after that, Tamar reports this information back to the athlete trio, and she's like, tell Tom Green I don't give an F what he does. So then the feed switch again. So then not long after that, Tamar confronts Tom in the kitchen, and it was so sad because he greeted her with this goofy like, hello, like in a friendly way, and then Tamar starts going off on him. It was hard to hear exactly what she was saying because I don't know if her microphone was like obstructed or something, but Tamar was like, so you want to put me up so that people will vote out who you want? You're back to threatening people again? And Tom says, yeah, you gotta stop using that word. Like, threatening, threat. I would agree. I feel like they're very quick to say that they're being threatened in this game when they're really just playing the game. But Tamar says, you gotta stop doing that bullshit. And Tom says, it's a game, Tamar. Yeah. And Tamar says, no, it's not a game. Not when you threaten people. You have to learn that if it's a game, you play a game. You don't threaten people. And what do you know? The feed's cut again. really? So then a little later, Tamar talks to Candy again. And as she was walking through like the kitchen to get to the bedroom where Candy was, she could hear Tom like yell rapping all these colors because, a little backstory here, it sounds like the POV competition was one of the memory ones where they like flash a bunch of colors and then they ask questions about it. So Tom was telling Candy and Dina earlier that he won that competition by creating these like little raps in his head, like going through the order of the colors. So he liked how some of them sounded, so he was like doing the raps in the HOH room, but like really loud so you could hear it downstairs. So that's what Tamar was hearing. So she goes to Candy and says, yeah, your crazy ass friend is screaming the names of colors into the camera right now. And he was. So then she was like, I told you to lay low and you didn't do it. I warned you that Tom is a crazy person. And she says, nobody was talking about either of us before, like as potential nominees or targets. Candy's been on the block multiple times and she almost went home. But okay. So then Candy was like, well, Tom was going to be here anyway. It doesn't matter. Like, he's been beating us in all these competitions. And Tamar says, it doesn't matter because before he was targeting the trio and now, my name's coming up. And Candy says, yeah, but he's still targeting the trio. And Tamar is just like, well, I don't like that my name's coming up. So then Tamar starts talking again about Tom threatening people, and BB cuts the feeds again because Big Brother, they were really pulling some bullshit last night, I will tell you. Like, they've been dicks recently with like cutting the feeds during a lot of important conversations that normally like in a regular season we would see, but they're trying to like protect all these celebrities and be like, we're all happy and we're not fighting and like getting really nasty. So they kept cutting the feeds or switching them to like someone quietly meditating on the floor, Ricky, or like somebody just sitting in a chair, or Dina curling her hair on what must have been the lowest heat setting possible for a curling iron, because I swear at one point she freaking grabbed it with her full hand. It was just like this, and there was no reaction, like no nothing. What? I think you need a new curling iron. So anyway, it seemed like they would move the feeds or turn them off completely anytime anyone started speaking any words. So anyway, last night Dina and Candy did chat again. We got to see those. And Candy told her about everything that she missed while she was napping. They still think that Natalie should be going this week, and I agree. But they have decided they're going to do what Tom wants and vote out Ricky, because they want to keep that relationship with him. They're all in this together, High School Musical. So they're like, all right, we got to win HOH, because if we don't, we're going to be up on the block next to Tom, and that sucks. So then Tom spent most of the night alone in his HOH room. He told the cameras that he's not going to leave the room until the power veto ceremony because he doesn't feel like talking to anyone or getting screamed at. He also wants to keep his plan for this POV a secret, even from us. And I will tell you, it was a shocker. So today they had the power veto ceremony. Tom used the power veto on Ricky. What? He has been saying for so long that he wants to get rid of Ricky, and then he uses the POV on him. So I don't know what happened there. Who knows if they made a deal or who convinced him to do this, because the feeds were freaking not showing us important game conversations. So I don't know exactly what happened here. But he used the POV on Ricky. He put up Lolo in his place, which means that it's Natalie versus Lolo. I guess Natalie's going to be leaving tomorrow, right? Also, it's a double eviction, so let me know in the comments who you guys want to see go in both of those evictions, and we'll talk about the fallout from the POV ceremony tomorrow. So thank you guys all so much for watching, and I also forgot to mention at the beginning, everybody who was saying that they also lost a pet recently, my heart really goes out to you, and we will get through this together. So thank you guys again so much, and until tomorrow, much love.